Welcome to my channel, Kindness Corner. Here we share stories that touch the heart, remind us of compassion, and celebrate the quiet power of love that chooses us, even when life doesn't go as planned. Today's story is about a young woman named Catherine Walsh, who stepped off a lonely train with trembling hands and a heart full of hope, not knowing that her courage to love would change not just her life, but the life of a little girl who was waiting to call her mama. Because here on Kindness Corner, every story is a reminder that family isn't always born. Sometimes it's found. Catherine Walsh stepped off the train in Cedar Ridge with trembling hands and a heart full of doubt, carrying only a small carpet bag and the faded letters that had brought her to this remote Montana territory. At 23, Catherine had never been more than 10 mi from her family's farm in Ohio, but desperate circumstances had driven her to answer an advertisement for a mail-orderer bride. The arrangement with rancher William Hayes had been made entirely through correspondence, and Catherine's inexperience with the world beyond her sheltered upbringing left her feeling unprepared for whatever awaited her. The train station was bustling with activity, and Catherine stood uncertainly on the platform while scanning the crowd for a man who matched the description William had provided in his letters. As she waited, clutching her bag with nervous fingers, a small voice spoke beside her. "Are you the new mama Papa said was coming?" Catherine looked down to see a little girl of perhaps 5 years old, with brown hair in careful braids and bright hazel eyes that studied Catherine with frank curiosity. The child wore a simple blue dress that had been carefully mended, and she carried a small teddy bear with obvious affection. "I am Catherine Walsh," Catherine said gently, kneeling to the child's eye level. "I am looking for Mr. William Hayes. Do you know where I might find him?" The little girl's face lit up with excitement. "You are going to be my new mama," she announced, with the confidence that only children possessed. "I am Rose Hayes, and Papa is coming right now." Before Catherine could respond, a tall man approached with the purposeful stride of someone accustomed to managing both livestock and family responsibilities. He appeared to be in his mid-30s, with dark hair and weathered hands that spoke of years spent working the land. "Miss Walsh," the man said, removing his hat respectfully, "I am William Hayes, and I see you have already met my daughter, Rose." Catherine stood noting how William's attention immediately went to Rose with the protective awareness that marked devoted fathers. The warmth in his eyes when he looked at his daughter helped ease some of Catherine's nervousness about meeting her intended husband. "Rose has been excited about your arrival for weeks," William continued, his voice carrying both fondness and slight embarrassment at his daughter's enthusiasm. "She has been asking daily when her new mama would come." Catherine felt her heart skip at hearing herself referred to as mama before she had even spoken wedding vows. The responsibility implicit in that title felt both thrilling and terrifying. As they rode toward the Hayes Ranch in William's wagon, with Rose chattering happily between them about everything from her pet chickens to her favorite wildflowers, Catherine learned more about the family she was joining. William had been widowed for 2 years, struggling to manage his cattle ranch. While caring for Rose, he spoke about his late wife Sarah with gentle respect rather than lingering grief. And Catherine understood that his decision to seek a new wife had been motivated by practical necessity rather than romantic longing. What touched Catherine most was how naturally William included Rose in their conversation, asking her opinion about which route to take home and listening seriously to her observations about the landscape they passed. The Hayes Ranch was modest but well-maintained, with a sturdy house that showed evidence of recent improvements made with a woman's comfort in mind. William had clearly been preparing for Catherine's arrival by adding feminine touches that demonstrated his hope that she would find their home welcoming. That evening, as Catherine settled into the guest room where she would stay until their wedding the following week, Rose appeared in the doorway holding her teddy bear and wearing a white nightgown. "Miss Catherine," Rose said with the serious expression she reserved for important conversations, "can you be my mama for real? Not just because you marry Papa, but because you want to love me." Catherine felt tears gather at the simple honesty of the question. "Oh, Rose," she said, sitting on the bed and opening her arms. "That is exactly what I want more than anything." As Rose settled beside her, Catherine realized that her fears about marriage and motherhood were transforming into something deeper, the recognition that love could grow from choice and commitment rather than just romantic passion. Over the following week, as Catherine and William spent time getting to know each other while planning their simple wedding, Catherine discovered that William possessed the rare quality of seeing marriage as partnership rather than ownership. He valued her opinions about household management, included her in decisions about Rose's education, and treated her comfort and happiness as essential to their family's success. More importantly, William never pressured Catherine about the physical aspects of marriage that she found most intimidating. Instead, he focused on building friendship and trust, understanding that intimacy would develop naturally from mutual respect and affection. When their wedding day arrived, it was Rose who insisted on serving as both flower girl and maid of honor, announcing to the small congregation that she was gaining not just a stepmother, but a real mama who had chosen to love her. The ceremony was simple but meaningful, with vows that emphasized commitment to their family rather than just to each other. Catherine found herself promising not just to love William, but to be the mother that Rose deserved. In the months that followed, Catherine discovered that her fears about inexperience were largely unfounded. Rose's unconditional love and William's patient guidance helped her grow into her roles as wife and mother, with confidence that surprised even her. When Catherine finally told William that she was ready to become his wife in every sense, it was after 6 months of building trust had transformed their arrangement into genuine love. "I was so afraid that I would not know how to be what you needed," Catherine admitted as they sat together on their front porch, watching Rose play in the yard. William took her hand gently. "Catherine, you became exactly what we needed the moment you chose to love Rose like your own daughter. Everything else we can learn together." They went on to have 3 more children, but Rose always held the special place of being the daughter who had taught Catherine that motherhood was not about blood relationships, but about the daily choice to love, protect, and nurture a child who needed you. Years later, when Rose had children of her own, she would tell them about the day a nervous young woman stepped off a train and became her mama, not because she had to, but because she wanted to. Sometimes the most beautiful families are created, not by accident of birth, but by the conscious decision to open our hearts to love that chooses us as much as we choose it. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring tales of unexpected family bonds and the power of chosen love. Thank you for watching Kindness Corner. If this story touched your heart, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. It helps our little corner of kindness grow.